At this hour, new satellite images appear to show the debris left after a deadly plane crash in Washington, D.C. This happened last night near Reagan Washington National Airport. 67 people are now presumed dead. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Tom Green. We continue to learn more about what did happen last night over the Potomac as we also learn more about the people who died on board that flight from Wichita.
The crash is the deadliest in the U.S. in nearly 24 years. Jay Gray has more from Washington.
Teams continue to search the bitter cold waters of the Potomac, their mission now shifting from rescue to recovery.
At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
A horrific mid-air collision.
Crash. This is Alert 3.
An American Airlines regional jet on final approach to Reagan National Airport with 60 passengers and 4 crew members, and an Army Black Hawk chopper. 3 soldiers on board during what's described as a routine training flight, both aircraft exploding into a fireball at impact.
We will look at the aircraft, we will look at the helicopter, we will look at the environment in which they were operating in.
Investigators stress finding a cause is going to take some time. They'll analyze black box flight data recorders and cockpit voice recordings, as well as air traffic control communications, and eventually literally piece together the wreckage.
That we are going to leave no stone unturned in this investigation.
As that work continues, so does the difficult task of finding the victims. Dozens have been pulled from the crash site, crews promising to continue until all 67 who died are found. A group that includes several young figure skaters and their coaches.
It's a close, tight bond, and I think for all of us, we have lost family.
Overwhelming loss that so many families are dealing with right now. And back to the investigation now, where officials say they have not at this point found either the data recorders or voice recordings from either flight, though they're confident that will happen. They're also focused on just how busy the airspace is here at National. The main runway is the busiest in the country with 800 takeoffs and landings every day. Jay Gray, NBC News, National Airport.
So much loss for the skating community, and 2 of the victims are former world champions from Russia, Yevgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov. Some young U.S. team members were also on board.
The skating community is coming together this afternoon. Earlier today, we heard from Olympic figure skater Nancy Kerrigan on the news.
We just wanted to be here and be part of our community. I've never seen anyone love skating as much as these 2, and that's why I think it hurts so much. The kids here really work hard. Their parents work hard to be here. But I feel for the athletes, the skaters, their families, but anyone that was on that plane, not just the skaters, because it's just such a tragic event.
Other skaters are sharing their condolences. Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton shared, "There are no words, nothing that can truly represent the devastation. My heart is shattered for our skating community." And Colorado's Olympic skier Mikaela Shiffrin shared on X, "My heart goes out to the entire figure skating community after the tragic and devastating loss."
Sadly, this crash is not the first involving an American figure skating team. It was in 1961 that an overseas plane crash killed the entire U.S. skating team. It was a flight from New York to Brussels that crashed on approach in Belgium. All 72 on board died, including the 18-member figure skating team and the coaches. They were on their way to the World Figure Skating Championships in Prague. Investigators believe that the flying controls failed. 8 of those who died in 1961 were members of the Broadmoor Skating Club. In Colorado Springs, that club has created a special marble memorial in their honor. It represents a skate blade. It also functions as a bench right by that lake. Tonight at 5, 9 News reporter Rachel Krause will join us with more from the Colorado skating community. President Trump continues to fire off executive orders this week. One of those orders aimed at combating anti-Semitism, specifically on college campuses, ordering the DOJ to investigate anti-Semitic acts. Another executive order establishes a task force to coordinate the 250th anniversary of American independence next year. It also revives the president's plan to build a national Garden of American Heroes display.
This is a view of this morning in southern Colorado. Snowy morning there. We got a little bit of snow. Made for some fun times on the roads. We knew this was coming in some places, fresh snow. In some areas to the south and the east, it was really like a blizzard coming down at times. I-70 was briefly shut down this morning after a semi-crash near Lyman. Now looking live in Denver, we didn't really see anything. We didn't see the messy commute. We saw some sunshine, a little cooler, a little dusting on some sidewalks here and there. We warmed up a bit too to the 40s. A nice overall day today and looking to a nice weekend ahead.
Corey Reppenhagen with us now. And Corey, it really did warm up today and it's going to get warmer still.
Yeah, this is just the beginning. We have an actual good chance to make 60 degrees each of the next 6 days. So we'll be able to melt plenty of snow. And we had some new snow today, some in the south and southeast metro, but this storm was very close to us with some big totals here down to the south. You see the big rotation of this storm kind of swirling down into the Texas Panhandle right now. We do still have some advisories down here to the south. It looks like the snow is starting to clear along the I-25 corridor into New Mexico, but parts of the Sangre de Cristo Range are still picking up some snow today. And the bigger snow was down here towards Colorado Springs, and this little band of snow continues to diminish a little bit, but still putting snow down on the I-25 just north of Colorado Springs, where some of the bigger totals were today. Could be approaching 12 inches of snow down there. Here's the temperatures right now. It's continued to warm all the way up into the last minute here. It's still 48 degrees here at the 9 News studios in downtown Denver. Here's your forecast for tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, so we'll start melting that snow again, even some snow that's left over from Saturday, getting those temperatures up there very close to 60 degrees. I'll have more weather information coming up in the forecast in just a few minutes.
She'd spent the last 2 months recovering from quite the injury, but today Mikaela Shiffrin returned to the racing slopes.
Yeah, we were waiting for this. The slalom race in France was her first World Cup race since that injury suffered during an event in Vermont. Shiffrin had said ahead of time she's just focusing on improving, certainly not winning her 100th World Cup race. She had a solid first run, the 5th fastest of all skiers. Her second run was slower than that, the 22nd fastest. In total, she finished 10th, more than 2 seconds off the winning time. Given her goal, though, it's amazing to see her back on the mountain when you think about how she was impaled on her oblique during that fall.
Sounded awful. Good to see her back. More to come. Keep an eye on that.
That's great. How about this? It's officially official. Officially official.
Official.
That's official stuff. Women's soccer coming to Denver, coming to Colorado.
A big announcement today over at number 38. The Denver franchise and the National Women's Soccer League officially announced. The league's commissioner came to town to welcome Denver as the 16th team in the NWSL. Also on hand, 9 News sports anchor Chris Tavares. He's with us live. Big day for women's sports, Chris.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Kim. A big day for the entire city. They finally get a professional female sports team here in town. And this has been one of the best sports markets in the country, but this was something that had been missing for nearly 30 years. Now that is righted as they get the 16th franchise in the NWSL. One of the guys trying to bring a female sports team here to town is Rob Cohen. He's the controlling owner and the governor of this team, and it's been a long time coming for him to finally see his dream come to reality.
You guys know me, I'm not usually speechless, but this is a fantastic day for Denver. This is simply awesome. I can just tell you that this has been a long time coming for a lot of us that have worked tirelessly on this for not only just a couple years, but literally for decades. And I'm so glad there's young people in the audience to watch this and tape this, and we're looking forward to having you play for our team.
Now, Cohen has been quoted as saying that this is a sprint, not a marathon, to get on the pitch for the start of the 2026 season. They've got just about a year to get everything organized and settled for that first season. Now, compare that to Boston, the 15th team that was awarded a franchise. They're starting in 2026, but they were awarded that franchise back in 2023. So when he says sprint, he definitely means it.
We learned a lot today, and we still don't know some things like where they're going to play. I know the mayor of Denver wants them to play in Denver, and we also, a lot of people signed up for season tickets not even knowing much about the franchise other than it's coming, Chris.
Yeah, the season tickets just show the passion that the city has for female sports, especially women's soccer. I mean, just look at the U.S. women's national team. There are 3 Colorado girls on that roster that won gold at the Paris Olympics just last year. So a lot of excitement. They're expecting it to be somewhere in Denver. They mentioned that it's going to be a privately funded stadium that they're going to build. They're going to work with the community and the neighborhoods, but they want it to be kind of a focal point that connects communities that might not be as well connected as other parts of this city.
Well, privately funded. Kim's right here. Always ready to help out. So
They're going to do it, though. They're going to make it happen in a short period of time.
Well,
it's exciting.
We'll have much more on this announcement today, and we'll check back with Chris a little bit later. Thanks.